everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a few days since I got anything up on the channel here. Had a very busy holiday weekend this past weekend here in New England. All good stuff, but I want to get back to it today with a special shout out video to my buddy Brent over at Brent Richards and Baseball Cards. I've shouted him out a couple times recently, but I'm going to do it again today because he sent me this very generous care package, which I got just last week. Didn't have any time over the weekend to open it, so I want to do that today on video. And then we'll get to two new cards at the end of the video, relatively new, over the past summer that I picked up that I think will be right in Brent's wheelhouse that he would really enjoy. And so we'll look at those new pickups as well. Before we get to that, let's get to the care package. And this one was labeled something to open for your B-Day. And check this out. I put one up in the background here. These are the 1993 Diamond Marks bookmarks test issue that were put out by the Kala collection in 1993. And this here is one that Brent inspired me to buy on eBay. This is, I think, a box topper or some type of rare pull, but it's basically showing a wider angle of the Fleer Pro Visions artwork that was used, I think, in 1992 Fleer for that Robin Yount. And I love that card. It's like Robin Yount meets Salvador Dali, just right up my alley. And Brent, who is, again, the channel that I heard about those to begin with, has sent me, looks like 5 unopened packs of these bookmarks. Now, you're not going to find these cards in there, these full art cards, I believe. If I paid good attention on Brent's channel, these are going to be base cards or base bookmarks. So let's tear into one here. And Brent, aside from these being just really cool and kind of being my first look at these, I actually do quite a bit of reading, and I may, if it's not, a faux pas, I may use some of these as actual bookmarks in my, particularly my baseball book. So let's see what I get in this pack. I'll probably leave these other 4 sealed and put them on the pack shelf that's over here to my left, where I have an unopened stash for a rainy day. But in the one pack that we do open here, we've got Wally Joyner right out of the gate. And these are great. Brent commented on this when he's showing them on his channel, but the extra real estate that you get here really lends itself to some awesome photos. Hall of Famer Barry Larkin is next. Love the cropping on that photograph. These are really, really cool bookmarks. I would have loved to have gotten these back in 1993. I did a lot of reading back then as well. I was a nerd as a kid. These would have been right up my alley even back then. I love the book theme on the back here. So really cool. We won't look at the back of all of them, but here's a multi-sport star Deion Sanders next. How awesome is that? And then here is a great one, Barry Bonds. Evil Barry. Love this bookmark. I've really been getting into some Bonds of late. I really, I don't detest the guy like many fans do. I understand, kind of what happened there with the record, but still love me some Bonds. And these are kind of sorted every which way. But next up, we've got a dupe of Barry Larkin. So that tells me I definitely have one of these that I can use as a legit bookmark, which is fantastic. I won't have to feel guilty. Got Dave Valley here for the Mariners. Got a couple more. These are a little bit stuck together. Let me just kind of sort these out here. We've got Tim Salmon, and apologies for the glare. Next for the Angels, another great photograph there. Paul Molitor, member of the 3,000 hit club and those stacked Toronto Blue Jays teams from the early 90s. This one's very fitting. I know Brent is a fan of those Blue Jays clubs, as am I. Juan Gone up next, RBI machine, Juan Gonzalez. Look at that $1 million smile. Love that. Then we finish out the pack with Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. Great fielding pose there. So these are really, really cool. Great to get my hands on some of these in person, Brent, and kind of see what they look like. The only one that I owned prior to this was the Robin Yount, which again, I went out and purchased due to being inspired on Brent's channel. Now, next, let's get to, looks like 3 individually wrapped items here. I'm guessing single cards. I don't know what order to attack these in, but we'll just go top to bottom and check this out. We saw the Leo card earlier. In the background, the Allen and Kinter French Bulldog. This looks like, I did not know that you had this type of artistic talent, but I'm guessing this is a Brent drawn sketch of Leo. And if so, you're obviously, I'll find out here after the video, or you can let me know in the comments, Brent, but this is incredible. I do a little bit of sketching and doodling on my own, and I've considered making custom cards like this, but I've never actually taken the leap. But I can tell you, animals, and especially French Bulldog, are very, very difficult to sketch with all that dark fur. And this is awesome. What a cool, one-of-a-kind addition to my collection, a Leo sketch card. And it's in the Brent's Collection 1984 Donruss inspired label on his Mag Pro from Zion cases. How awesome is that? Love the label here. This is my first custom graded Brent card, so to speak, but a really big fan of these. I've considered doing my own, but I just can't seem to figure out the label scenario, so I haven't jumped off the ledge with these yet, but I have a few now from Hobby Buddies, and I'm really happy to add one from Brent's collection here to my hobby friends slab collection, and just an awesome and very, very touching custom Leo piece there. We'll put that up in the background there, with apologies to the Allen and Ginter card. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the focus here. Wow, that is just awesome. I mean, Brent, if that was all you sent, that alone would be just too much. I can only imagine the amount of time that you spent creating that card, and that's so meaningful to me. I'll certainly show Leo that after the video as well. And next up, check it out, Jeff Bagwell. This is kind of an ongoing friendly taunt between Brent and I after I recently acknowledged that, Jeff Bagwell may be the single worst trade my hometown Red Sox have ever made. It's certainly up there in the running anyway. For those that don't know, he was a local guy and just absolutely killing it in minor league ball. His dream of his lifetime was to play for the Boston Red Sox. And it was all lined up. He was progressing through the minors, was clearly going to become a star, but ownership decided to deal him to Houston, Brent's favorite team, the Astros, early in the 90s for Larry Anderson, an aged 37-year-old reliever who they thought would help them kind of make the playoff push and maybe win a World Series. That did not happen. And then Jeff went on to have a Hall of Fame career, just an absolute slugger and one of the most feared players at the plate throughout the 90s and during the 2000s. So painful trade, but awesome Jeff Bagwell card here. Really dig this one, Brent. I love these minor league cards. I do not have this, certainly not in graded format, and this will be a treasured part of my collection. And it's also cool because I grew up in Connecticut, and this is a New Britain Red Sox card, who were a minor league affiliate of the Red Sox back then, who played in New Britain, Connecticut. And when I was in grade school, in 7th grade, we all had to do a research project, kind of learning how to put something like that together. And I remember I did it on the local sports teams in the state of Connecticut. And I reached out to all of them, including the New Britain Red Sox, wrote them letters, got fan packs back in the mail, and did up a paper on all of those New England sports teams. So that's a really, really memorable one for me. And then we're going to finish off today's Brent-inspired or Brent-fueled portion of the video with this. Oh, man, this is so cool. So I'm in a text thread with Brent, and he had let us know that he was considering doing this, and I think it is an amazing idea. What this is Brent's own original photography. So when he went to the Astrodome as a young kid, he was able to snap this very photo of Nolan Ryan warming up on the bullpen, which is really just on the side, just inside the baseline there, as you can see in the background. But great shot of Ryan with the 34 prominent there. Of course, I broke out this Nolan Ryan in the background just at the beginning of the video, not knowing this was here, but knowing that Brent is a big fan of Nolan Ryan, as am I. Being an Astros fan, this is, from his Astros era of his career, and just so cool. Brent, this is just, like I said with the Leo sketch, so touching to have something with a personal connection to you, personal tie to you, in your label, in your slab. Really awesome. And check it out. Brent labeled the back copy 2 of 5 from Brent. So how awesome is that? Just a really unique and will be a treasured piece to my Nolan Ryan collection. I love the personal touch I'm going to take down that buyback and display this one instead. But I have a pretty extensive Nolan Ryan collection. He's one of the players on the baseball side of the house that I collect most. He was my favorite player as a kid, as a youth collector, and that's going to be a very, very sentimental addition to that collection. And speaking of which, that's probably a nice segue into the conclusion of the video where I'm going to show off two pickups that I've never shown on the channel before, but I know Brent would appreciate them. This one was gotten just last month on the buyback front. Check it out, the 1991 Topps Nolan Ryan. This is from the 2016 Topps buyback program, which were these 65th anniversary stamps. So initially issued in a pack of 91 Topps, and what a great image there. He got card number 1 on the checklist. Look at those stats. This is one of my favorite images on any Nolan Ryan card. And then this was bought back, stamped with this 65th anniversary, which the blue stamp is just perfect here for the Rangers. And then this would have been reissued in a pack of 2016 Topps baseball. But I know Brent, again, huge Nolan Ryan fan, and he has even gotten a little bit, just dipped his toes into buybacks, picked up a great Nolan Ryan buyback himself that I'm pretty jealous of. So here's one that I know you'll enjoy, Brent. I think I did share this one with you over text, but wanted to show it off in today's video. I thought that was appropriate. And then we'll close out with this type of parallel that I know Brent has been picking up recently, and I've helped inspire him on at least a little bit, although I know he knew about these before we met anyway. The Stadium Club Rainbow Foil Boards, numbered to 25, was able to get this Ken Griffey Jr. from the 2023 release. This is an All-Star Game, I think a home run derby shot. He's wearing, I should say, the All-Star Game uniform there. And what a great image here. Like classic post-swing Ken Griffey Jr. Amazing shine. These are always numbered to 25. Copy 23 of 25. And that's my newest Stadium Club Rainbow Foil Board Edition. This is my first and only Griffey. These are not easy cards to acquire, and they do get a little bit pricey, especially with guys like Ken Griffey Jr. So this is a first for me, but love that one, and I figured Brent would appreciate it as well. So that's going to be a wrap. I've gone on long enough here, over 12 minutes, but once again, huge shout out to Brent Richards and Baseball Cards. If you're not familiar with his channel, this episode alone is a clear indication of just what a gentleman he is. He's one of the nicest guys that I've met in the hobby, and aside from that, has a blazing collection of just awesome cards ranging from, some vintage, but then primarily 80s all the way up through present day. I guarantee you'll see something over there that stokes your interest or makes you want to check it out further. So Brent, this was such a touching birthday gift. Thank you very much, my friend. I'll certainly reach out to you individually as well. And to everybody else, thank you for stopping by. And I'll be back soon with some more sports card content. Till then, enjoy the hobby. See ya.